Bonjour. This is a review for French 1 for l'examen 3A. Et le sujet est sur la famille. And the first section basically is the same that you guys have had on all the tests I've given you. And that is going to be vocabulary. So you really are going to need to cover your vocab. Okay, vocabulaire. And the format is pretty similar to previous. Okay, basically you're going to select the one that doesn't belong. If you had an option between année, marié, fiancé et célibataire, and you're going to choose the one that doesn't belong, well, this one means elder, this one means married, fiancé, and this one means single. All of these are talking about marital status, right? So this one is going to be the one that doesn't belong. So that's the answer, okay? That's how you're going to do that first section. The second section continues vocabulary. It's still vocab, but it's a little more complicated. This section is multiple choice as well. But what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to think a little bit. Imagine that. And so let's do this one for example. Mon neveu est le fils de, and you'll have to say who. So my nephew is the son of who? If you have a nephew, how do you get a nephew? It's by your brother having a son, right? So my nephew is actually the son of my brother, okay? So you would choose mon frère. So that will be a few questions just like that. So just make sure that you do know family members. Again, it's related to vocabulary. Make sure that you're able to kind of do that. Even writing it out in English while you're sitting there might help you figure it out. The next section we're going to have is culture. And your culture page is in your notebook. Hopefully it should be glued in there. And the title is La Famille. Okay. Et il y a deux questions. En France, la majorité des hommes et des femmes sont quoi? Okay. So you're going to have to say the majority are what? Majorité des hommes et femmes. Are they married? Are they single? Quoi? Et la deuxième question, c'est de Yannick Noah. Et il est blank de Joachim Noah. Okay. How are these guys related, basically? All right. The next section is going to be related to adjectives. Okay. First descriptive and then possessive. So I'm going to do this. Okay, so first of all, basically what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to know the opposite of some descriptive adjectives. So if I said jolie, give me the opposite of it. Okay, so you need to know what the opposite of pretty is. You need to know what the opposite of the majority of these are. Okay, so just look back at your notes, look back at descriptive adjectives, the list that I gave you guys. That's where I'm going to be pulling from. So the opposite of pretty is ugly, right? Laid. Okay. Now you want to make sure, the second half of that is that you want to make sure that it does agree. So jolie has an E, okay? So laid, you're going to change it and you're going to actually give it an E as well, okay? So if I said Joli. I don't want the opposite of that. Again, it would have to be laid or with an es, either way. So, okay, so possessive adjectives for that. Basically what's going to happen is there's going to be some kind of blank and there's going to be a word in French. There's actually a sentence in French. But right here, there's going to be in parentheses what you need to say in French. So your formal, for instance, okay? So I know that I'm going to choose from your. So that's either going to be ton, ta, te, or votre, or vos. Okay, so these are my choices for your, right? All of these are ways to say your. But I want to choose formal. So that knocks those guys out. This is informal, this is formal. And then I need to make a choice, okay? Now I need to choose between singular and plural. Enfant has an S at the end, so I'm going to go with the plural form, vos. Okay? This is your test. It's 18 questions. Your oral exam is going to be the remainder of that for a total of 30 questions. So make sure that if you haven't done your oral exam, you want to make sure that you are ready on Friday for that. Make sure that you have written out this review, and if you have any questions, let me know. Au revoir.